have very limited number of months left for the entrances, and you must be feeling a lot of concerns that whether you are preparing well or not. What should you prepare? How should you prepare? And how much time you should devote on everyday basis so that your practice goes well and you come out with flying colors. So let's discuss. Are you going to apply for NIFT or NID? So you know, in these two examinations, your creative aptitude test will be a major concern because you are going to become a designer, and a designer is always considered to be a problem solver. So still unable to figure out that how to do? Now, I will tell you certain points and certain time limits and the complete plan of study. So if you follow them every day, you will be able to score well in the creative aptitude test. So number one, what are you practicing on everyday basis? Generally, it is seen that a student can sketch very well once you see a reference or once you see a video. But what happens in the examination, you are not supposed to copy. You don't have any social media. You don't have your mobile phone. You just have a question and you need to answer those questions. So then you start thinking and you get confused how to do. So now, if you practice fundamentals on everyday basis, what are fundamentals? Design grammar. Fundamentals, make your line drawing strong by everyday practicing, practice rendering, practice how to create different textures, practice still life, practice application of perspective, know the sense of proportion, practice human figures and features every day, try a little bit of color rendering. So if you practice them every day, so what happens? You can use these practice to solve another advanced level questions. For example, you apply fundamentals to design a composition, a comic strip, a story illustration, a poster, and so on. But if you don't have a good practice on fundamentals, you will not be able to solve any of these areas which I discussed right now. Or if you try without practicing fundamentals, so you will be weaker you will be having a weaker presentation in these areas. Okay, fine. So you say that we practice every day these fundamentals. So now analyze yourself that whether you can draw things in your surrounding. For example, the things which are kept on your table, corner of your room, your classroom, market nearby you, metro station nearby you, bus stop nearby you. Can you observe and sketch them well? Can you include all the fundamentals and design grammar in that? For example, are the human figures correct? Are you confused? What should be the size of human figure? Or what should be the size of other different other objects which are present in the surrounding areas? How to draw trees? So here is the answer. Practice fundamentals well and then start observing your surrounding. Once you observe your surrounding, then you have to try improving your creative thought process. For example, once you are observing your surrounding, so you should be able to figure it out that if there is sudden change here, how will you react? For example, you were standing in a bus stop and suddenly it starts raining. So how will you protect yourself and how will you behave in your surrounding? For example, you were carrying an umbrella and you just started thinking, then what can be the other 7 to 8 other uses of this umbrella? Or how this umbrella will look in the year 2050? What all features my umbrella will have in the year maybe 2070? So this is creative thought process. Through another example, if I have to explain, so I will say, can you suggest 10 different uses of a normal pencil which we use for drawing and rendering and writing? So can you use them uh, for gardening. So for what other 10 purposes of a pencil you can use in terms of gardening? So creative thinking. So see, that's what you have to think. You practice fundamental, you practice advanced drawing. Now you're working on creative thinking. Now, don't forget to check with the previous year question papers. So what kind of questions have been asked in the previous year question paper? So why we are asking questions in the examination? To judge your design grammar, to judge your creative thought process, and very important that within the time limit, you can solve a question or not. I know that you can sketch well, but you know that you did not practice well so that you can finish an answer within the time limit. Then it is of no use. We are going to be a commercial designer. We have to serve society through our goods or services, whatever we design, and it will have a time constant. All right. So always try practicing previous year question paper and keep a stopwatch near you so that you can check what time you are taking to solve a question. I have been teaching thousands of students from last more than 15 years. So I know how a student starts. So initially they are very enthusiastic because they know that they can sketch well through references. But once we introduce topic-wise sessions, so a student start realizing the challenges and then they start practicing the same. And I am telling you that if you practice regularly, which I have seen, students improve tremendously. Yes, they produce marvelous solutions, and yes, they also score good ranks in the entrance examinations. So what should be the schedule of your everyday practice? So for everyday practice, make a timetable and allot 30 minutes every day for your creative aptitude practice. So is 30 minutes sufficient? Yes. Always try doing quick sketches and make a target of approximately 20 sketches within a time span of 30 minutes only. This sounds challenging, but I am guaranteeing you that you try once and you will see a tremendous improvement inside you. So keep a stopwatch in front of you and start doing 20 sketches per day within a time span of 30 minutes. Oh, the concern is what should be the 20 sketches? So make a list of your topic. For example, you start with still life. So still life, take a target that how many days will you devote for still life. So sketch 20 still life which are lying in your surrounding on everyday basis. And once you are drawing the still life, so don't forget that you include all the eye levels, various angles, and number of parts of the given object. So if you start studying in these aspects, if you start practicing in these aspects, your observation, your presentation, your sense of proportion will improve. And that's what is required for a creative entrance examination. So I hope you understood the importance of today's discussion. And from today, you will pick up your pencil and you will keep a separate notepad for everyday practice along with a stopwatch and a timetable stuck in front of you. If you are a serious creative aspirant and you know that your friend circle along with you, they are also desperate to give the design entrance examination, then do share this video and follow the instructions given in this video. And if you want that what is the level of your practice, so you can check with our helpline number and the email ID in the description box. You can share your work, you can connect with us so that we can get back to you for evaluations and more such suggestions.